and share my screen. Okay, I'd like to welcome everybody. My name's, just bear with me a second. Okay, I'd like to welcome everybody. My name's Duncan Wood. I'm calling you from the UK. Just to give you a brief background about myself, I've been involved in, well, I started off life as a builder. I have ran my own construction company for quite a few years. That led me many years later to network marketing, and from that I moved to, I found internet marketing. I've been marketing online for well over 20, maybe 30 odd years now. I've had, like a lot of people, successes in many businesses, but I've also experienced lots of failures. So if you've experienced any failures in your experience online, do not let that put you off what you're going to hear and see about tonight, because all I can tell you is Cloud 2.0 is without doubt one of the best businesses, or if not the best business I have ever seen. So I'm here tonight to tell you a little bit more about it. So if you've had any bad experiences, put any of those experiences over the shelf, keep an open mind, make some notes, and have a listen to what you're about to hear. So Cloud 2.0, it is basically a wallet, an online wallet where you can store crypto, but unlike most wallets is on the internet or where you store crypto, you don't earn from those wallets. Here is a wallet where you can not only store your crypto, but earn from it every day. You can also exchange it and spend it. So just before we start the presentation, here are 9 basic rules I would advise anybody before investing in any project or any business. These are some of the main rules I would advise anybody to stick to before getting involved in anything. First of all, you need full visibility of the owners, who's behind the company, who's the management team, full visibility of the tech team. I've been involved with many businesses where the company wasn't in control of the technology. Just bear with me a second, somebody is, just let me mute everybody.
Only about 51 people online.
If you do come on the call, could you please mute yourself if you don't mind? Okay. Okay, sorry about that.
Duncan, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes, but if you could mute yourself.
Yeah, I'm going to mute myself. So listen, just want to tell everybody that I invited some other people to the call too.
Hi, Luigi.
Stay tuned.
Okay.
I have some very good updates.
Okay, thanks a lot. Okay. Okay, so it's a place where you can store crypto, but these rules now, first of all, yes, full visibility of the owners, full visibility of the tech team, full visibility of the project, what it's offering, what is it, and how is it to be sold. What does the project have that would create mass adoption? It's no good getting involved in something that's here for a few days or a few months and then gone. You need something that the masses want and need. And you also need, especially if it's in crypto, you need full visibility of the funds on the blockchain, no selling into what they call a shitcoin first to then project what they're going to do, because there's been many over the last few years that have been burnt by investing into so-called CTOs, where on the white paper it all looked good, but nothing actually developed and nothing came into being. So you need full visibility of your funds. So if you're going to invest in anything and you decide to change your mind, how easily can you take those funds out? And especially if you are dependent on that company for any returns, you need full visibility, full access to be able to take your money out 24/7. You also need a proven track record of everybody currently involved in the project. You need value-added services and products that are either established or about to generate additional revenue into the future, so you're not reliant on a one-trick pony. And if all these points are met, I'm not saying you're guaranteed to have success, but it's certainly worth dipping your toe in. And I certainly would advise it's worth a go. Now, who are we? This is the main guy behind this company, Ronald AI. I would recommend that you go and do your own research, but I just want to give you a bit of background about him. Ronald's been an entrepreneur for over 25 years. He has been involved in payment systems, mobile wallets, mobile phones, telecommunication systems, games, blockchain technology, and has created many patents for some of the things he's developed. He, at the age of 15, before even computers were getting popularity, he created, and you've probably heard of this, the antivirus software for DOS. And when he was just 19, in 6 months, he developed an online system that he later sold to a Malaysian company. But together with his team, he built the beta system. And if you look at this slide here, he actually won one of the top awards, or the top award, on the World Blockchain Forum in Shenzhen, November the 1st, 2018, for the project of the year. Now, it might not seem much to you, but believe you me, what he developed, fourth generation blockchain technology, is major technology in this field. So this person has got an extensive resume. I'd really recommend go and find out about him yourself. But let me just talk about fourth generation blockchain technology very simply to explain how significant this development is. Generation 1 was Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a bit like gold. It's a great asset, but to actually use it in the real world is not ever going to be successful, because you can only actually get 7 transactions per second using Bitcoin. So then they generated or developed Ethereum. Ethereum speeded it up to 11 transactions per second. Then came along XRP and Ripple, which was 2,000 transactions per second. All these systems are great, but they are all flawed in exactly the same way. They are all dependent on, well, the system actually slows down the more people that use it. So what Ronald developed, he thought out of the box, was fourth generation blockchain technology, whereby the more people that use our system, the faster the system gets. Now we have nearly over 1 million people now using our system, and that enables us to transact over 22,500 transactions per second for every 1,000 people that we have downloading and using the app. Compare that with, as an example, Visa and MasterCard. They can only deal with about 6,500 transactions per second. And so even Visa and MasterCard struggles when a lot of people are using their system. So this blockchain technology that Ronald developed is major. So high level of recognition. We have high level recognition partners on board, a completely transparent team, offices opened in KL, and we have what's called a real roadmap. Now, just talking about the roadmap, here is the roadmap. It's nothing new. Most companies have this. The difference is, as I said before, most companies like ICOs, they tell you what they're projecting to do with your money. What I'm going to show you here is all either developed and up and running and in place. So none of what you're about to see is projected. It's all here and up and running right now. So this company launched officially in May with the Jarvis AI, which is a robotic trading algorithm. They launched Cloud Token Wallet version 1, and they released concept documents and Cloud Token and the white paper. Then they added Etherium, which is basically an algorithm which looks out and looks for and checks for trades. And we have additional projects to be added, like HODL, which will be another option other than the Jarvis. We recently launched the official news channel, Friday was launched. This is all in September. Friday is basically for the whales, the larger investors, any accounts up to 5 million and above. And they were separated from the normal Jarvis. They still trade, and we all still benefit from those large accounts. And then Cloud 2 was launched just recently. The app is fantastic. There's a few little bugs that are being ironed out, but believe you me, it's brilliant. The office was opened up officially, and they had the party where I believe there was over 6,000 people that attended. Then they've launched the debit card, the MasterCard, the crypto to fiat solution. That is the last key in the jigsaw. Global e-commerce partners were announced. We've got some major partners now that accept CTOs as a payment method. The data SIM cards were launched. These SIM cards are literally going to turn the mobile phone industry as we know it on the head. This is going to be like Uber did to the taxi industry. And then Rogue was launched for the third world countries. And then in December, we have the merchant network fully coming on, the POS systems, point of sale systems coming on, and really growing exponentially then in the e-commerce partners. So on the left, we have a system that helps everybody earn. And on the right, we have a system that allows people to cash in those CTOs that you earn and spend them in the real world. So how does Cloud Token work for us? First of all, you need to deposit your crypto into our super wallet on the app. There are actually two wallets. Once your funds are in the super wallet, you just select projects and click the Jarvis, and that allows the Jarvis to trade whatever you have in your wallet every day. Then you are loaning your crypto to the Jarvis or Rogue trading bots with full transparency and 24 access to those funds if you decided to remove them. The Jarvis funds are being traded currently on 32 crypto exchanges, and there are actually over 200 Jarvis bots running. You can actually see the live trades now. In fact, Ronald posted today and we were watching them. All exchanges that your coins are traded on are fully insured against hackers breaking into those exchanges. So your funds, while they're being traded, are completely safe and insured. And Jarvis trades daily with the balances of all the cryptos loaned into it. Currently, that is in excess of 650 million. It's actually close to $1 billion worth of trades per day. Every day, the profit of that Jarvis makes goes into the reserve pool. Currently, that is anything from 20 to 60 million plus per day profit. This is not a pay Peter by robbing Paul. So this is not a system where you put your money in and some of that money that you put in goes towards the person that introduced you. In fact, none of the money that you put in, it just sits there in your wallet. You can withdraw it at any time. In addition to you having that money there available to you if you ever need it, you are getting paid every day in CTOs. So this is a system that is designed to go on and on for years. You will receive on a daily basis between 6 and 12% bonuses paid in CTO tokens, and those are paid to you daily. The price of those CTO reward tokens is derived from the amount of funds that goes into the reserve pool times the number of CTOs in existence. You can't actually buy CTOs. You won't find them on an exchange. This is not an ICO. You have to just earn them. Currently, the price of the CTOs, it literally went up last night, is 50.58 cents. That means that every single person who has CTOs in their wallet can cash them out, excuse that mistake there, cash them out today at 50.58 cents because that's how much money is in our reserve. Basically, as the profit goes into the pool, the CTOs are paid out to the individuals dependent on how much they're holding. Now, before we go into how you can actually earn in other ways, I will point out that you never need to introduce anybody if you don't feel like it or don't want to into this system. This rewards you whether you recruit or not. But there is a major benefit for introducing people. But just before I go through it, I just want to read this out to you. We are not financial advisors. The ideas presented are our experiences on how to profit in business. We're not giving financial advice. We're not a financial investment company, and make no representations or guarantees of income. We never recommend to outlay more money than you can afford to lose. Don't rush into anything. Do your own research. Myself or my team members are not liable for any damages, expenses, or losses you may suffer from this information. And as with any business, your results may vary and will be based on your individual capacity, business experience, expertise, and level of desire. There's no guarantees concerning the level of success you may experience. Everybody's success depends on their dedication, desire, and motivation. A bit like any business, really. Excuse me. So arbitrage trading, basically, this is how it works. You deposit your funds into your wallet, you add them to the Jarvis, the company makes a profit, that profit goes into the reserve pool, and you are earning basically between 6 and 12% paid in CTOs daily. Now you can refer people, and the great thing is you can introduce as many people on your first level as you want, and you will receive 100% match on whatever they receive. So I just want to give you an example. If you introduce one person, they come in with $1,000, let's say, of crypto in their wallet, that would give them, let's say, approximately 10% a month. So that's $100 a month that you would receive every month for that person. That's actually paid to you in CTOs. So every day when the person you've introduced receives CTOs, you get 100% match. You'll get exactly the same number of CTOs that they get every day. You would get that. And you can introduce as many people as you want frontline. Now, the great thing is if those people in turn introduce people, you will receive 50% match on any number of people on your level 2. And then 5% is paid on levels 3 down to 21 levels in total. Now, I will tell you, whoever that is, if you could, Myra, if you could just mute yourself, please. You receive a 5% match, basically to earn down the levels. It's as simple as this. For every personally introduced person, that opens up 1 level. So if you introduce 1 person, you earn off 1 level. Introduce 2 people yourself, you earn off 2 levels. Introduce 3 levels, and so on. Very simple system. The great thing is you can cash out those CTOs now onto a MasterCard when everybody gets them. And very soon that will be available in fiat money, any currency that you're, whatever country you're from. So that's the basic plan. It's a fully automated AI trading bot. The great thing is you can track the trades. As I said, we have live feeds. It will be actually live, showing from the main office all the trades that are going on. You can actually withdraw your funds at any time. So we have 100% transparency of exactly what's going on. Our crypto is fully insured, so if it was hacked into when it's trading, as I said, we're fully insured. So how do you actually benefit? Well, you send your crypto, as I said, to your cloud wallet. You earn from the moment it hits the wallet and it's trading, anything from 6 to 12% monthly paid every day in your wallet with CTOs, which you can cash in. So you can withdraw or cancel at any time. You can take out your initial funds that you deposited in your wallet. And I just want to give you an example. If you started as an example with 20,000 USD, if that is too much in your eyes, then halve it and you can still see what kind of returns you get. an account growth and averaging, say, of 10% a month, that would give you 2,000 every month. Now, just compare that if you deposited that amount in a bank. It would take you 10 years if they were paying you 2% a year. You'd be lucky if you get 1% right now, so it would actually take you about 20 years to achieve that. I don't know whether there's anybody living off pensions right now, but just work out how many years and how much you've had to pay into a pension. Where could you get that, anything like that kind of return? Even if you halve that figure and started off with 10,000, you know, and you're receiving 1,000 a month passive income, that is amazing. It's actually paid daily, so that would equate to $67 a day received in, as I said, CTOs. Amazing figures. So how are these prices determined? Well, it's all to do with tokenomics. You probably haven't heard that before, but it is a real word, token and economics. It's just the two words together. It's the quality of a token which conceives users or investors to adopt it and help build an ecosystem around the underlying project of that token. So the price of the CTO is based on a very simple formula. Through the Jarvis and the AI trading, Jarvis is trading our crypto assets on the exchanges and rewarding its members with CTOs. The current CTO price is determined by the number of CTOs in circulation versus the asset of the earnings created by the Jarvis in the reserve pool. So the number of CTOs in circulation and how many members withdraw CTOs, which will lower the reserve pool. So also affecting the price of the CTOs will, in addition to the AI trading, is the travel program, the CTO MasterCards. Every time somebody books travel airlines, there is a transaction fee, which is, there is a profit which goes into the reserve pool. The same with MasterCard. Every time you spend money in the real world, there is a transaction fee and there's profit that's going into the pool. And again, with the VIP program, that generates more profit. So the profits from the travel, the MasterCard and the VIP program are all added into the reserve pool, which causes the price of the CTO to go higher. Now, there are levels to obtain in this business. They are C1 to C5. And what is the qualification for these levels? Well, I'll give you some idea. Basically, you and your team, so that's anybody below you, if you have a volume of 200K, you will receive an extra 5%. Now that is an extra 5%. You already get 5% on levels 3 to 5. That's an extra 5%, so you're now on 10%. Now just to give you some idea of what kind of incomes people at this level are achieving, I actually got C1 a couple of months back now. Just to give you some idea, I'm on approximately about $250 a day, every day. You can receive anything as a C1 from $200 a day up to about $600 a day. To get from C1 to C2, basically all you need to do is to help 3 people in your team get to the same position as you, so C1, and that takes you to C2, and you get an additional 5%. So you're now on an extra 10% on top of the 5%, remember, you already get. And it's basically the same throughout the system. You're just helping 3 people get to the same position as you. The incomes at these higher levels, I know Luigi is on the call today, but I know anybody on, as an example, my sponsor, he is a C2. He's on anything from $2,000 to $5,000 a day. C3s, anything from $10,000 to $20,000 a day. Crazy amounts, crazy figures. You've got to remember, this company is just over 5 months old. It's not even 6 months old yet. So, you know, when you hear those kind of incomes that people are already receiving, absolutely incredible. So how has Cloud Token performed to date? Well, you can see here we started off in May at 30 cents. Just so you know, the price of the token will never drop below 30 cents. It can go down as well as up. In August, the price actually dropped slightly, but you can see it soon picked up again, and we're right now up to 0.5058 cents per token. It's actually grown since we started at 65%. That's incredible. So the possible future value, well, a hypothetical accumulation, let's say you accumulated CTOs over the next 12 months, and let's say you accumulated 25,000 CTOs. That is obtainable for anybody, really, even on a part-time basis. Let's say there were 30 cents when they launched, but they increased to $10. That's 30 times growth. That would give you 250,000 USD. I'll leave it to you to work out if you, or the price increased to twice that, maybe to $20. Amazing. If it went to $20, 500,000. Incredible system. The great thing is the CTOs go to your super wallet, or you withdraw them to your super wallet, and you can withdraw them out to an external wallet and also now to a debit card of your choice. Long-term objectives, well, integrate RI technology fully into the cloud token ecosystem to establish millions of members. We're already up to 1 million. I know Ronald's aim is in 3 years' time to make this company bigger than PayPal and WePay put together. We had over 800,000 app downloads in the first 90 days. After the official launch of version 2, we now have over 1 million members plus, and there's launch of new technology coming and new things. But there's basically no packages to buy, no membership fees, no monthly auto-ship, no contracts you can withdraw at any time. There are actually no costs at all other than small transaction costs when you deposit or take money out. Other than that, there is no costs at all. You earn passively without sharing. That is one of the biggest pluses for me. I will actually not look at any business unless somebody can earn money without recruiting. And Cloud Token generates revenue from arbitrage trading, as well as now with all the other benefits that we have from the other products that are coming on. So as we know, Cloud 2 celebrated, and recently we've launched the POS system, point of sale systems. In fact, at the event, I saw a video of people paying for goods, various goods, actually on the day with Cloud tokens. There was, I noticed, vape, people selling vapes there and people buying them. We launched the travel program with Travelocity, where you can now book hotels, airlines, car hire, insurance, you name it. And there's more companies coming on like Travelocity. We'll be launching other projects like, well, Rogue is actually up and running now on Friday. The prepaid card was launched, the MasterCard. They released a SIM card. In fact, I know people that went out to that event, they've already got that SIM card. And as I said to you, I'm going to let Luigi tell you a little bit more about how this actually works. But my understanding is that this is going to turn the mobile phone industry on its head, just like Uber did to the taxi service. And there's more to come. So very exciting. That's the end of the presentation. I'm going to stop sharing, and I know Luigi is on the call. Luigi, are you there? Just while we're waiting for him, if anybody has got any questions, please, you're quite welcome to unmute yourself and ask a question. Otherwise, you can type your question in the chat, and I'll do my best to try and find them and read them out to you. Luigi, if you're there, if you can unmute yourself. Oh, he is there. Have I got to unmute you? 1 second.
Yolanda?
Hi, Luigi.
Un caffè. Hello, everybody.
Good evening.
This is my beautiful hat from Singapore. As you can see, we had a marvelous town there. Listen, if anybody ever gets a possibility, I'm going to Singapore. I'm not saying that it's easy, but if anybody ever does, what a beautiful city. It's just, wow, it's gorgeous. So I have some good updates, because it's always, I mean, it's not always gloom, very good updates for all of us. The first one is for anybody having some technical issues. It's like any big company going through hard at growing pains. It's being resolved at the moment. And I'm very confident to see everything pretty much perfect at the end of the month, which is just normal with anything in this kind of endeavor, something that's so massive. It's just normal, okay? It's hard for some of us to understand that, but it's bigger than sometimes we think. You know, it's not as easy. It's not like if they have a blueprint where they just have an instruction book. It's like they're pretty much the first people to do something with this gratitude, and they have to kind of improvise as they go along. That's where we are right now in cloud. The other things is, let's talk about all the new projects that were announced. There was a lot of things added to the pipeline. First of all, the travel portal is working. We actually tried it to rent some hotels. It's working. So you can actually rent hotels with CTOs, and the money from the CTOs goes in the reserve funds. Now, why is that important for all of us? Because that's what dictates the price of our cloud token. It started at 30 cents, May 12th. We all know that. Now it's at 50 cents and something. Well, how do they go from 30 cents to 50 cents? It's with the money in the reserve pool. So now, until today, the only money that was in the reserve pool was the money from Jarvis. What is Jarvis? Like Mr. Duncan explained it to all of us, that's what we're using to trade, okay? So when we're giving money to cloud, they're trading that money with Jarvis, and they pay us out for the commissions, which is between 6 to 10% monthly, but they're also paying out to share it to our teams. So that's coming out of Jarvis right now. And what's left over goes into the reserve pool. And so far, we saw it go from 30 cents to 50 cents. It didn't go up like to $10, $20, or $100, like a lot of us sort of wish. But in a way, we don't want that. We want it to be the real price, because we've seen too many things in the past where prices are pumped artificially. Yes, people get excited, put a lot of money in, but at a certain point, when people start taking it out, they run away with your money. So here, we're not pumping the price artificially. It's really going up trickle at a time, which is a good sign for all of us, honestly, okay? But now what's good about that is that we have other income streams coming into the reserve pool. Not in 1 month, now, today. That's pretty nice, eh? We've been here doing Zoom calls for the last month or two, and we're always saying, pretty soon we're gonna have this, we're gonna have that, and all these this and that and all that is gonna accumulate more money into the reserve pool, hopefully seeing this token go up to $1, $2, and $3, and $5, and hopefully to $10 within a year. And who knows, maybe even more. But we're not there to hype something up or to try to say any lies. We're really talking from the heart and honestly. That's how we are on our team. We're really trying to stay away from hype and from just lies just to get people to sign up. No, let's keep it real. So anyways, now there's more money coming in. Why? Because the travel portal is working. It's only for hotels, but it's step one. Soon there'll be flights, there'll be car rentals and cruises and everything you can imagine. And people will be able to spend their CTOs to do all these beautiful things. And that's more money for us. Okay, number one. Number two, we have Grab. Now, I know that Grab is not worldwide. It's for Asia. It's like us in America, Uber, or I don't know what it is in Africa or other places, but Grab is pretty big in Asia, like very, very, very big. Well, even though you cannot use it personally, just the fact that all the Asian community are able to use their CTOs to get Grab, oh, wow, that's huge. That's more income into the company, and that's money that goes to the reserve pool, and that means that it's going to help our token go up. And I asked Ronald yesterday, because I was on a call with Ronald yesterday, after a couple of days where he was himself out, to kind of get some energy back, because it was kind of hard on him these last couple of weeks with the event, with everything that they're trying to pull off, with all these changes on the app. It was not that easy, okay? So yesterday, after a couple of days of solitude, he came back and was able to speak to all his leaders and have an update on exactly where we are. So the travel portal is working, number one, perfect. The Grab partnership is a done deal. Isn't that cool? I mean, we were there talking for the last month that if we get somebody like Grab, I mean, this is a huge name. Like, it's like if you're talking about Amazon, you're talking about Facebook, you're talking, you know, these big name corporations. Well, that's what Grab is. And we have it. You can actually use it with your CTOs. Wow. Will we have it in other parts of the world? Yes, we will, with different companies, okay? It's just a process. I mean, now we started having Asia, and I'm still happy because it is more than half of our market, okay? In case anybody didn't know that, Asia is like maybe 70 to 80% of the market in cloud. The other 20% is us and all over the world. Okay. So now that is done. How about Rogue? It's working. I don't know who has tried it yet. Basically, right now we have Jarvis that we can use to trade. We also have Friday, like Mr. Duncan shared with us. That's for the big investors, people that have a lot of money. And it's kind of smart. I mean, Ronald is thinking of everybody, because if you keep the whales, the people that have a lot of money, with the normal people, which is most of us, well, it's hard because you never, just let me close that mic. Mute your mic, please. Jeremy, please mute your mic. Thank you. So the thing right now is this. We're all using Jarvis, and that's what's going into the reserve pool, the money that's extra, and to pay us out. Now, we have two other programs. One is Friday for the big investors, and it's working already. And another one that was added at the live event is Rogue. And that's something that you can do for 10. Duncan, can you please close Jeremy? Oh, here it is. Thank you. So basically, Rogue is, I think it's $10, $15, $20 a day kind of program. But if you want to know more about that, let's just wait. We'll do some videos to update the community on exactly how to use it, because I think that Rogue, you need to use DAI, D-A-I. It's another token. And to make our life simpler, how do you get DAI? How do you do that? How do you convert your USDT to Ethereum? Because remember that when you convert your cloud tokens, before you could convert it to Ethereum, right? Now you can only convert it to USDT. And it's okay, it's the same thing. That how to make our lives easier. I made a video, and I want everybody to install IM token on their phone. We have a video on that. I'll give it to Duncan again. He'll share it to everybody. Reach out to us. Please try to do that, because I've been using it for the last 2 weeks, and wow. It's basically what it does is this. You install IM token on your phone, and you can sync your cloud app with the IM token. How? By importing the private key of your Ethereum wallet on the cloud. You import that to the IM token. And now when you open up your IM token, you can actually control your cloud app. So whatever you're getting on the cloud app, you know, when you take your cloud, you convert it to USDT, automatically the USDT shows up on your IM token app. And from there, you can convert it to Ethereum with almost no fees. Now, I know that you can do that on Binance. Yes, you can do that on Exodus wallet. That I made the comparison because I have Exodus and I'm paying a lot of fees with Exodus. So I love Exodus as a wallet to work with. That when you're talking about converting coins, that's how they make their money, okay? So try to find other ways of converting and not Exodus, because you'll just pay more fees. So one solution is the IM token app. That is awesome. I was shared this by somebody in Asia, and we made a video on it. So I'll post it all over again. Please install it, watch my video, do exactly what I said, and that you can use it to convert your USDT to Ethereum. Now, the IM token, you can also buy DAI, D-A-A, D-A-I coin, and that's what you need for the Rogue. So that's why this program is very important. Okay, so the Rogue is working, Friday is working, and Jarvis. So now pretty soon you'll be able to open up your app and have access to all these projects. What else do we have also that was launched? Oh, how about the credit card? No, but just before that, let's go to the SIM card. The SIM card is working. I have it here on my phone. When I went to Asia, I'm Canadian, so my phone doesn't work in Asia. So usually I have to buy a SIM card in every country I do. Well, I put in the SIM card from Asia, and instantly my internet and everything was working on my phone. Why is this cool? Because right now we have SIM card for America. We have a SIM card for Asia, and I think there's another SIM card for Europe. So I don't know where Africa falls in there, but I'll find out, don't worry. That pretty soon, we're not gonna have a SIM card for each continent. We'll have a SIM card for worldwide. That's what he's working on, and we're really close to having that developed. Why is that cool for us? Well, because you can buy your data with CTOs now. So for me, it was free for 7 days. I think tonight or tomorrow, I have to actually buy data. So I asked Ronald yesterday, when is that function going to be available? So that those who have this beautiful SIM card, we can actually buy the data to stay with you guys instead of staying on our carriers. Eh? Why is that nice? Because if I'm going to give money to a telephone company or internet company for my phone, I'd rather do it with cloud, because the money in cloud stays in our ecosystem. And the more money that we put into the ecosystem, the more that the company has money in the reserve pool, and the more that our cloud token goes up in value. So we should all be using whatever cloud is giving us as it goes along. Is it already today 100%? Of course not. Hey, this is a process. You know how many companies I've seen in the last 10, 15 years that have tried to put something together like this? It's amazing. And they've never succeeded. It's not an easy task to do what cloud is trying to do. And it's funny because he's almost there. So the SIM card is awesome. It's working. Why is it also nice? Because countries like China, North Vietnam, they don't have access to Facebook and some other social platforms. You know, like the government's trying to control them. Well, they have to use VPNs. And for those people who understand that, it's software that you can put on your computer, on your phone to be able to do things so your country doesn't know. Well, with the SIM card, they don't need that anymore. Can you imagine how many doors that's going to open? It's going to make our company like expand in ways that you won't even imagine, because now, before we were expanding just on what we know right now for the last 5 months. Pretty soon it's going to be expanding also because of all the extra programs, because of the travel portal, because of the SIM card. That's really going to make our company expand. And finally, and not least, how about the credit card? We all got our credit card at the launch. Unfortunately, what's his name? Ronald did not explain to everybody. Now, once you get your credit card and you do your KYC, you have to wait for your KYC to be approved by a third party, because the KYC part of it, it's not cloud. It's a third party in Asia that's taking care of doing our KYC. So as of today, there's between 200 to 300 people that have their...
Mirza, could you mute yourself? Mirza? Just 1 second, Luigi.
No problem. Yeah, just mute it for me. So as of today, the credit card, the debit card, cloud, MasterCard is working for about 240, 250 people as of today. So every day there's new people being added. So if you have made a demand for the credit card, why is this credit card cool? Let me explain it for those who are new here. Well, remember when I said to everybody, did you succeed in muting her, Duncan? Yes, okay. As of today, okay, when somebody wants to take out money in cloud, what do we need to do? We need to take our clouds, convert it to USDT. Once it's in USDT, you have to put it on Ethereum or Bitcoin, and you sell it to have money at your bank, okay? That's what you have to do right now. Pretty soon, when you have this debit card, you'll be able to take cloud tokens, put it on your credit card, and spend it. You'll be able to go to an ATM machine and cash out money. Hey, come on, let me repeat that. As of today, the only way that we could get money out of cloud was that you have to take your cloud, convert it to USDT, your USDT convert it to Ethereum or Bitcoin, and once it's in Bitcoin and Ethereum, you have to sell it. Like everybody, it's easier to do, okay? This is not new. You sell it and you get money and you put it at your bank to spend. But now, with the new credit card, you will be able to load up your card with cloud tokens, spend it as a credit card, and cash out money at the ATM. Are you serious? Hello? Now, if you understand what that means, it just means that cloud is a whole new level now in a big way, okay? And like in ways that you can't even imagine. Now, is that happening like now? Yes, it is. Does everybody have it now? No. Will it take a little bit of time before everybody has it? Yes. So let's give time. I mean, I think we all have to understand that what Ronald is doing for us and what he's putting together, it's kind of huge. I mean, this card in Africa, I have teams in Africa. My God, I was speaking to some of the leaders yesterday. He says, Luigi, once we have the SIM card and once we have that credit card in Africa, it's game over. Like it's complete chaos. And we're talking about African countries, but it's the same thing in many, many, many third world countries, many. It's a whole new ball game for cloud, for us, for everybody that was there for months, and for those who are starting right now also. Because if you analyze the situation where you were 5 months ago, it was like a primitive idea. We were all hoping, because we loved Ronald, we loved his ideas, transparency, that it was just like us hoping that this would be real. And now all of a sudden we're 5 months after, and what we were hoping for is happening today. So the dream is becoming a reality. Now that it's a reality, does it mean that it's going to be 100% right away? No. That's where me, and everybody here, and everybody you bring in, you have to be careful with your expectations and teach people that, listen, this is working like this. Now the SIM card, okay? So the debit card, to finalize it, most of us got it already. Now we're just waiting for activation. For those who does not have it yet and want it, listen, I'll make a video explain what you need to do. Pretty much you'll be able to soon everybody have it. So for right now, phase 1 is 8,000 people. And after that, he's going to open it up to phase 2. So just a little bit of patience. I think that in the next 3-4 months, everybody at large will be able to order one of these cards, okay? So that's for the debit card. But once it's ready, don't worry, I'm going to make a video showing you how I load my card, how I go to an ATM machine, how I cash it out, how I use it to spend online. And that's going to be pretty exciting. And we're there, okay? It's just give it a little bit of time to get to everywhere. Now the SIM card, how do you get one? Oh, I want one of those. Okay, you'll also be able to do that. Those who don't have it yet, you'll be able to go to your phone, and Ronald's fixing it up that you can actually order one, okay? So it's happening right now. Time frame, I'm not sure exactly the date, but it's happening now for all the other people. So we went through all these products and it's all real. The last part of the puzzle is the merchant program. So everything that I've talked about is done. It's happening. It's real. It's already functioning, okay? The last piece of the puzzle is the merchant program, which will be starting sometime in December, which is not that far away. Why? Because to be able to do that, you need special licenses. And the merchant program, pretty exciting, because I asked them, like, I'm in Canada. Can I find people in Canada? You can find people wherever you want. You're basically going to be able to go get any merchant in your country who wants to accept cloud tokens. Why would they accept it? It's very easy. Why? Because they're going to get a risk. They're going to get a rebate on everything they're selling using the cloud token. So they're getting a percentage. So for the merchant, it's worth it because they're getting a little percent. I mean, what they're making already, they'll get a little rebate on everything they're selling already to use cloud. So for them, it's going to be worth it. Why is it worth it for you? Because you're an affiliate. And if you get a merchant, you also get a percentage on everything that's sold at that merchant for the rest of your life. Pretty cool, eh? So it means that whatever we're doing in cloud right now, for some people, it's just using it to deposit and to get cloud tokens every day, because that's what we're getting, eh? You're putting money into Jarvis. Your money in Jarvis, it's yours, okay? It really is, okay? Now, whether there's sometimes a glitch and all that, let's not get into that. It's not worth it. It's yours. And if at some point you want to take it out and you don't know how, just get back and I'll show you how you can take your money out and you can go away. It's very easy. The next thing is this. As long as you leave your money in Jarvis, why would you take it away? You're getting free cloud tokens every day. That's what it comes out to. Every day you're getting free cloud tokens. What you put into Jarvis, it's your money. So if you put in a 0.5 of Bitcoin, 0.5, it's your 0.5. If in 1 year or 2 years from now, you want to leave, well, you take your 0.5 and you leave. So whatever you put in, that's what you leave with. But in the meantime, while you leave it there, what are you making? You're making free cloud tokens. And these cloud tokens that you're making now at 50 cents, they might be worth $1, $2, $3, like very shortly. Now, why am I excited about all of this? I'm just going to finish on that. Is that so far, the only thing that we had in this company was a Jarvis, which was in itself fantastic. But how long can that be sustainable as this thing grows and grows and grows? They have to have other income streams. I mean, there has to be something else to this company. And that's what I was praying to God, that there would be something else, because there was a lot of promises, but promises is like air. But now the promise and the air is turning into a reality. And that makes me so much more happy about the future of this company and about leading people that are in this company to change their lives and to bring them to another level, especially when you're working with marvelous leaders like Duncan, Tim, and so many of you that are online right now. So Duncan, thank you for having me on. If there's any questions, I'll be here until that's over. And
okay.
It's all yours, Duncan. Thanks
very much, Luigi. Appreciate it. I'd like to think that we've had the highest number that we've had on a call tonight. I'd like to think they all came on to hear me, but I don't think so. I think they came on to hear you, Luigi. But anyway, thanks very much, Luigi, for updating.
Okay, I'm going to take that off because they came here because you're an awesome presenter.
Oh, yeah.
And you always have a lot of people on your calls. That yes, I did help you by inviting people to the call also. But it's not about me. It's really, listen, who am I without you and everybody? Not much, right?
I agree. Thanks a lot. Appreciate that, Luigi. So if anybody has got any questions, now is your chance. I have answered a couple of people. This call, it will be recorded. I will post it on my YouTube channel later on, maybe in the morning at the latest. But unless anybody's got a quick question they want to ask, now is your chance. While Luigi is here, just unmute yourself and fire away. Anybody going to kick off? No? Some great comments. Thanks very much. A lot of excited people I can see. Okay, well, unless anybody's got any questions, I'm going to thank everybody for coming on the call tonight. We do have who's that, sorry?
Cindy.
Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Duncan. Are we able to use Rogue right now?
Yes.
And how do we do that?
Okay, I'm gonna do something if you permit me, because personally I have not used it, but I already have 5 of my team members that are used it and they're all excited. So what I'll do is I'm going to make a video of me using it, how to use it. But remember that to use Rogue, you have to get DAI, D-A-I. It's another coin. But to get that coin, you can get it at many places, but I want to simplify it by telling everybody to install a new app, which is called I Am Token, because with that app, you'll be able to sync it with your cloud app. And what you can do is that every time you want to convert your CTOs to USDT, you'll be able to convert it to Ethereum on the app. You'll also be able to get DAIs on the app to use for Rogue. So let me simplify it. Let me make a couple of videos on that. Okay, a step-by-step, easy to follow video.
Just while we're talking about that, Luigi, just explain to everybody how everybody benefits from the Rogue. How does it actually work?
I'm going to get more details on that too, okay? So what I'll do is I'll put together a video on how to use it and how do we also benefit on it, because I know that as a community, everything that we're talking about, we benefited on it, okay? At what degree, I'm not sure, Duncan. I never really asked either. I'm more of a people person, so I'm not that much of a techie nerd, but I still like to know some things. Like all I want to know is, can you pay us? How much is coming in? How much is going out? What is this company for? What's the vision? Where are we going? That's what I'm really, and right now I'm excited because there is a vision and there is a roadmap and there's some light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, no matter the little glitches that we may have sometimes that we still might face, overall it's pretty exciting.
Great. Just while we're there, Gio has asked, is there any update about support team growing?
Oh my God, that's about the worst support team I've ever seen in my existence. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for cloud in general that they don't have a support. I think that, and this is not to take anything off any community or any nationality, because I'm Italian and I love all races. Listen, I've been in a lot of companies, and if you don't have a good support system, it's really sad. And unfortunately, I think that Ronald and their team, for them, the priority is not that. These guys are techie guys. They're technical guys. It's like even Ronald doesn't understand sometimes in a good way, okay? Yes, he's always open. Yes, on his Facebook wall, he's always in front of our face. But sometimes he's maybe too much in our face. Sometimes he talks a little bit too much. I think he doesn't understand the rapport of, like, he should not be talking, Ronald. He should actually have somebody who's talking for him. You understand? Number one. Number two, I think that this little customer support issue is probably the #1 priority in this company. Like right now, who is customer support? It's your upline. So you need to get to your upline, and he needs it. Like example, if you're with Duncan, you need to get to Duncan, and Duncan then needs to get to me to actually get something done. That's support right now. So, you know, it's pretty hard. Even I admit that it's getting at a point where even I find it hard a little bit now. Even though I can get things done, it's starting to get hard. So I'll be pushing very hard to wake these guys up. I mean, this has to be done. There has to be a support where people can just message and get things done without having to come to me.
Okay, great. Thanks, Luigi. Terry's just asked, he has DAI and he's tried to purchase a block on Rogue, but says there's not enough for gas fee. You want a little bit of Ethereum.
Yeah, that's what I was going to mention. I said, unfortunately, everything we do on the app, when they're talking about everything you do, if you look very slowly, in very small, miniature, you can see on whatever transaction, there's always gas fee. Like example, so many CTOs or this much of Ethereum. Now, when there's a little bit of gas fee for Ethereum, it's really, really small. It's really not a lot, okay? Example, it can be like, I don't know, we're talking about cents. It can be $1. It's really, 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 really small. But you need that little bit of Ethereum or that little bit of CTO on your app to actually do a lot of these different things. Sometimes it's just CTOs, sometimes it's CTOs and Ethereum, and sometimes it's just Ethereum. But that you should be, it's supposed to be written under you. So what you do in that case, example, okay? Some people that join us, you know that you need to join with $500 to be able to get paid on the comp plan. We all understand that, right? But unfortunately, the crypto market goes up and down. Well, when it goes, if you start with $520 and Ethereum goes down a little bit, you can suddenly find yourself tomorrow at $480. Well, when you go under 500, guess what happens? You don't get paid on your team. So whatever you have on your team, until you're not over 500, you're not paid. Yes, you'll still make your personal commission. You don't lose that. But now, what does it mean? Why am I talking about this? I'll explain to you why. Because everybody needs to be at least at 500 or more. Like me and Duncan, we try to tell our people to come in at least with 700 or more. Why? Because you always have a little bit of protection when it goes up and down. But for some people, they don't have that 700. They only have $510. Well, you know what I tell these people? Start with a stable coin, like Tether, like a TUSDT or USDT. These are stable coins. And what I love about it is that if you put $505 of stable coin, it remains $505. It doesn't go up and it doesn't go down. I love crypto because I love the excitement of it going up and down. When crypto goes up, we make more cloud tokens. When crypto goes down, we make less cloud tokens. But for somebody who only has 500, just like barely 500, please put it in a stable coin. Now, why am I telling you this? Because when you go to activate your stable coin, it's going to ask you for a gas fee. So basically, you're going to need a little bit of Ethereum to activate your project of $500. But now, how do you do that? If somebody's starting, they're not in crypto. They come in, they put in $500, they buy this USDT, they try to activate their project, but it won't activate because they need a gas fee. Well, it means that you, as a sponsor, you should be kind enough to send them $2, $3 of Ethereum so you can actually activate his project, okay? That's for us individually to educate people and to actually help them, a worst case scenario.
Great. And Ned has just asked a question. Do we have to activate Jarvis to earn CTO? You don't have to activate it. You just have to add your funds to the Jarvis. Once you've done that, within about the most 24 hours, you should be receiving CTOs.
Let me understand that question. Do you need to activate Jarvis?
Yeah, I think he thought you had to activate Jarvis. I was just explaining it's not actually activating it. You're just adding your funds to the Jarvis and agreeing for the Jarvis to trade your funds each day.
Yeah, but that's active in a way. But it's still an activation. So there's three points there. The one is you have to set up the app. The second one, you have to fund your account. And once you fund your account, yes, you have to activate it.
Pearl's just asked, can you explain the chat function on the app?
Okay, that's another beautiful feature that we're going to have. So in everything that Ronald has shared at that live event, it's all happening. It's happening now. And the only thing that's only going to be pretty soon is the merchant program. But as for the chat function, I thought that was right away. It's not working right away, if I think I understand people telling me yesterday, right? So I'll find out and I'll update the community on that. Is it something that's happening like this week, next week, or what is that? So let me find out on that one. That one, I don't know what to comment.
Okay, that's it really.
May I ask you something, Duncan?
Yeah, of course you can, Stefan.
Hi, Stefan. I wonder if the performance is the old 1 through 3 sections. What to say? Is it all money you have in your team?
I'm not sure. Say that again, Stefan. I'm not quite sure what you're asking there.
The performance, when you click on the performance.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
That's still there.
Can you see the whole team?
Yes.
No, you can only see.
You can't see your whole team.
You can only, so let me explain that. When you go to performance, you'll see that you can either go to performance or you can go to level. So just play around with it. On one place, you can see everybody that's directly under you. So this way, you know, because you know when you know what in the comp plan, if you have one person, you open up level 1. If you have 2 people, you open up level 2, and so on. But each person that you have directly under you has to be over 500. So when you go to that performance level button, you'll see that you can actually see level who's under you directly and how much do they have each person. So you know how many people are actually activated and over 500 to know how many levels you're paid at. All right. Number 2 is to find out who's under your team many ways down, many levels down. Well, the only thing that you can do is you can see 3 levels down, 3 levels. And after, but you know what? You still see how much volume you have on each leg. So if, example, you have 3 people that are directly signed under you, when you go to performance, you can see that, let's say Duncan was 1. He has $1 million of volume. You don't see everybody that's under Duncan, but you can see how much volume Duncan has under him. All right?
Thank you very much.
And why? Why? It's because it's a legal standpoint. If you give more than 3 levels, it becomes an MLM and it becomes very hard. And you can get in trouble.
Okay, thank you very much.
No problem.
Okay, we're going to wrap up now. Thanks everybody for attending tonight. Thanks Luigi, really appreciate you coming on and updating everybody. Just so everybody knows, I have another call tomorrow night, 8 p.m. UK time. I'm not sure what that is, but I will be posting it out to everybody. So hopefully we'll have some new guests. So now is your chance to go and phone a few people tomorrow and tell everybody about Cloud Token and get them on the call tomorrow night. Thanks very much, everybody. Thank you, Luigi. And I'm going to say good night to everybody. Have a good day or a good afternoon wherever you are in the world. Thanks very much.
Good evening.
Thank you, Duncan. Thank you, Luigi.
Thanks, Luigi.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.